Welcome to the Make More Money as a Dietitian podcast, where we talk about all things money, mindset, and marketing so your nutrition business can thrive and you can make a bigger impact in the marketplace. I am your host, Christine Dyan, registered dietitian and money mindset expert. Let's get started with today's episode. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Make More Money as a Dietitian. So how does that title feel to you? I would love for you to just explore how you feel when you think about making more money as a dietitian. Do you feel angry? Maybe because you're not making the money that you want in this career that you've chosen for yourself? Do you feel inspired? Do you feel hopeful? What are the thoughts that actually go through your mind when you think about making more money as a dietitian? And when you explore these thoughts, I really invite you to explore them as single sentences and not full blown out stories. So what thought in the form of a single sentence comes to mind when you think about make more money as a dietitian? And the reason why I'm asking you this just right off the top today is because it is so important that you understand what thoughts are floating around in your mind when it comes to this topic, because your thoughts create your reality. It is not mumbo jumbo. It is not woo. It is proven brain science. What we think about on a regular basis is how we in turn take action, and then that action, or maybe even inaction, is what leads to results. And so this is very important because so many of us don't understand that we are not our brains, and that we get to manage our brain. It's just like you're not your arm, you're not your hand, you're not your legs or your feet. You actually manage those too. So it's really important that you manage your brain and you separate who you are from the thoughts that your brain thinks on a regular basis. And did you know that your brain thinks over 60,000 thoughts a day? And that those thoughts are 99.9% of the time judgments and opinions. Rarely are they facts. So that's the importance, you guys, of managing your brain, which leads me into our topic for today, which is integrity. And I think it's so important that we have this conversation today about integrity, because there's been a lot of conversations in the dietitian communities, online communities, I should say, about integrity in the coaching space. And let's talk about that. Okay. I get that this is like a one-sided conversation, but just roll with me on this, because this is a really important thing. And I want you to manage your brain around what's happening in the online coaching world. Okay? You get to manage your brain around this. So there's been a lot of talk about the lack of integrity with coaches lately. And I'm not here to say if that's true or not true, but let's just start off with the definition of what integrity is. So I pulled it up. I love my dictionary.com app, you guys. Like, literally use it almost every day for everything, not even just in my business, but in my personal life too. So I pulled up the dictionary app and I typed in integrity, and this is what the official definition is. So integrity is a noun, and what it means is adherence to moral and ethical principles, soundness of moral character, and honesty. So when it comes to the online marketing world and the coaches that are out there and whether or not they're practicing with integrity, I want you to think of the definition, which is adherence to moral and ethical principles. Have you worked with anyone in the past that you felt, after having gone through the work with that person, that they did not adhere to moral and ethical principles? Or maybe that they didn't have sound moral character, or maybe that they weren't fully honest. If you have had this experience, I want you to know that you're likely not the only one who has had this experience. And at the same time, I also want to say that one bad apple should not ruin the bunch, should not stop you in your track, should not stop you from investing in your career as a dietitian. Because I believe 1000% in the power of coaching. I really, really do. And when you align with the right person, you will get the results that were meant for you in that coaching relationship. And what I feel is really important for all of us right now is that we understand the process of selecting the right person, because it is so important that you are in alignment with that particular person that you're wanting to help you. And so how do you do this? Well, one of the things that I teach my students in Embody Academy is about core values. And I think a lot of times we don't even really think about core values when we're hiring someone. We kind of just see the bright and shiny sales page. Maybe we've heard their spiel during a webinar or a masterclass of some sort, or a Facebook Live. Or maybe, you've been following a person for a long time through their emails and it just all sounds amazing. And then you sign up. But I want you to think first and foremost about your own core values before you sign up with someone. What are your core values? Do you know? We go deep into this in Embody Academy because I wholeheartedly believe that if you're building a business that is an extension of who you are, then your core values have to be infused in that. And that is the way that you actually attract the right clients to you, when they know what your core values are. Whether you are talking about it in your messaging on your website, or you continuously infuse that core value in the work that you do, or maybe in your emails, your newsletters. If you have a podcast, you talk about it then. But core values, they start with you. So what are your core values? A lot of times you don't even have to create core values. They are a part of who you are on a daily basis. And you have acquired these core values as early as childhood, actually. So I'll give you an example. My top core values are service, integrity, and commitment. Service, integrity, and commitment are my top 3 core values. I actually have 7 that I have written, but those are my top 3. I lead with being of service. Even though I talk about money, I don't lead with money. I lead with being of service. I believe in building relationships. I believe in connecting with people, getting to know them better, allowing them to get to know me better, and then allowing them to self-select. Oftentimes, I'm not out there hustling hard. And maybe sometimes I question myself. I'm wondering, I'm like, should I just like hustle real hard? Like I see so many people doing, and it just doesn't feel right for me. When you know what your core values are, you know how to market yourself in the most authentic way. You know how to market actually not yourself, but the services that you provide. So my top core value is being of service. And then my next one is integrity. And integrity is so important to me. Integrity is something that is not only in my business as a core value, but it's in my life. Self-integrity. And I just cannot even deal. I just can't deal when I'm not in integrity, even when it's difficult. You know, maybe I've made a commitment and then I want to back out of it, but I have to remind myself, to be in integrity because I want that energy to be reciprocated back to me. And so being in integrity means that I do what I say that I'm going to do, not only for my clients, but also for myself. Integrity is so important. Integrity, or lack thereof, can burn bridges. Maybe you've built some relationships and you did such a great job with building relationships, but then you lack the integrity or self-integrity even. And those relationships can easily be burned, for lack of a better term. They can be broken down. Integrity is so important in our lives, I believe. And they go hand in hand when it comes to being of service and building relationships. This is how I built my business over the entirety of my career, is being of service and standing firm in self-integrity and just integrity in general. Super important to me. How about you? How do you feel about integrity? Do you have self-integrity? Do you do what you say you're going to do for yourself? It starts with you all of the time. When you are working on building something from the ground up, like a nutrition business, do you plan ahead and create a schedule for yourself and put things on your calendar and then follow through? Do you follow through on the things that you say you're going to do for yourself? Because if you don't, you're likely to align yourself with someone who is similar to you. So that in itself can be a really hard pill to swallow. If you've aligned yourself with someone who wasn't in full integrity, I want you to think about how you had a lack of integrity somewhere in your life or in your business or your attempt to build a business. Where have you been lacking integrity? I want you to remember this. Energy follows energy. Energy follows energy, my friends. If you've aligned yourself with someone who lacked integrity, who lacked the ability to be fully honest, who lacked ethical principles, I want you to think about how that shows up for you as well. We are never 100% perfect. And so when you figure this out for yourself, then you can work on changing that. And then you'll see how everything around you begins to change as well. This is how it works. Okay? And so that next core value of mine is commitment. And commitment is so important to me. And I want to tell you a brief story about how I kind of got misaligned and when it comes to commitment, and I quickly shifted things. So when I initially launched Embody Academy last fall, I think it was in October of last year, and I initially launched it as a membership. And prior to that, I actually had been working with one-on-one clients, and I loved it. And I held space for a 9-month container for each and every person that was working with me privately. And I loved it. I loved supporting them for 9 months to go from being one type of person to becoming or, having that end result that was beyond their expectations. I loved it. And so when I launched the membership, I was like, oh yes, let's do this. This is going to be amazing and all of the things, right? And I felt like, oh, I just want to have the membership so that people can come in and it's a container where they don't feel like they're committed to a long, drawn out thing. I have no idea why my brain thought that that was okay. Totally, I was not on the right thought process with this because one of my top core values is commitment. Oh my goodness. However, what happened was shortly after launching, everything just began to not fall apart, but just everything started to show up for me like red flag, red flag. This is not going to work. And it was along the lines of commitment. It was the lack of commitment. People joining Embody and then only wanting to do like 2 weeks and then leave. And I'm like, wait a minute. This, first and foremost, I know what we have here is amazing. And those who are here for the long haul know that it's amazing too. Like, what is happening? So I realized my mistake was that I was out of alignment with my core value of commitment. And the way that I did that was by offering 14-day trials, stay in for 30 days and you can, leave whenever you want. You just have to give us a 2-week notice, this and that and the other, which was totally different from when I had private clients and they had the 9-month container of working with me one-on-one, and there was that full-on commitment to do the work. Two totally different models, and one of them was totally misaligned with my core values. And so I quickly changed it. I changed Embody Academy from being a membership model to being a program with a certain amount of commitment in there. And then to make it even sweeter of a deal, there is lifetime access to the program. So for the life of the program, all of my participants, members, students, however we want to name them, for the life of the program, they have access. For all of the updates, they get access. For all of the CEUs that are going to be approved year after year after year, they get access. And to me, that is amazing. So for the short time that they commit to making payments, they get lifetime access to everything. And for me, that honors my core value of commitment, that honors my core value of integrity, and it definitely honors my core value of being of service. So, my friend, that's what I have for you today. I want you to think about integrity on your end, working with coaches that have been misaligned for you in your own unique core values, whatever they are. And I also want to invite you. I want to invite you to join us in Embody Academy. Embody Academy brings together mindset and marketing for the newer RD entrepreneur. And if this is something that you know will be a good fit for you, we would love to have you join us. Because if you truly want to build a nutrition business with full integrity, leading with service, and also bringing together your own unique gifts and talents and skills and marketing from a heart-centered space, then Embody Academy is for you. So when the outro music plays, all the details on how to join us will be there. When the outro music plays, you'll get the information on the website and where to learn more about what's offered in the academy. But I can guarantee you that when you commit to the process, you'll get more than what you came for. And we would love, love, love to have you with us. All right, my friend, that is what I have for you today on integrity and all of the things in between. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and an amazing weekend ahead. And I'll see you on the next episode of Make More Money as a Dietitian. Take good care. Hey, if you want to learn more about how you can make more money as a dietitian, I want you to check out my newest signature program, Embody Academy. All you have to do is head on over to moneymindsetdietitian.com/embody-academy. Again, that's moneymindsetdietitian.com/embody-academy, and click on the Learn More button and get signed up to join us today. I can't wait to see your name on the roster so that I can help you learn how to make more money as a dietitian.